Back in the Cups, Wrexham had already been beaten in the European Cup winners' second round at Old Trafford. The away leg finished off a 5-0 aggregate win and a place in the quarter-finals in March. The tie of the third round in the Rumbelows competition saw United at home to unbeaten Liverpool. 2 goals in 2 minutes in the first half shook the Merseysiders and ultimately ended their 20-game unbeaten run. Back in the league, memories of the 1990 FA Cup final.
Just 12 minutes gone and Manchester United take the lead. Lee Sharp, number 11, perseveres here. He's outnumbered and apparently hemmed in, but that's great skill from him. Now Wallace, and finally Neil Webb past Nigel Martin in the Palace goal. And 7 minutes later, United effectively wrapped up the match, and skipper Neil Webb very much involved once again. There's Webb, number 7, with a brilliant ball for Danny Wallace, and Wallace skips in for the second. United then follow up that superb win in midweek against Liverpool, and they end Palace's unbeaten run. United pressed forward for much of the game, looking for that elusive winner. Lee Sharp set up the best chance, pulling the ball back from the left for Neil Webb. But Peter Shilton and the massed ranks of the Derby defence somehow managed to keep the ball out.
Paul Ince causing problems in the Sheffield box. He knocks it back to Mark Hughes, on to Neil Webb, and he squares the ball to leave Bruce with a simple finish. Five minutes from the end, a fine through ball here from Neil Webb. Danny Wallace takes it to the byline, pulls it back, and Mark Hughes, brave again, makes it 2-0.
But they're going forward now with Townsend in possession. Wise. And it's sliced off Pallister for an own goal. Jury went in with Pallister, and Bobby Campbell doesn't really care whose shin it went off, because Chelsea have taken the lead. 15 minutes gone, and Manchester United rocked. It looked so innocuous. Now, did Jury get the touch, or did it come off Pallister? Either way.
Well, it looked to me as if it came off Pallister, and he just slice at it here. Perhaps this picture will show, yes. I don't think Jury got a touch, but he's claiming it.
Oh, nice play by Lasseau. And not a bad ball either. Who's just about cut it out as Dixon was threatening to run onto it. Here's Phelan straight away under pressure, and Townsend's done brilliantly for Chelsea here. He's going alone. Oh, what a marvellous goal! Andy Townsend scores a beauty! No smiles from Bobby Campbell, but inside he will be feeling as happy as these Chelsea supporters. 2 goals in less than 5 minutes for Chelsea. Andy Townsend's first league goal as a Chelsea player, and it could hardly have been more special. He had no support, he had to go all the way himself, and he did so superbly.
Well, you feel that United have to get a goal now, Alan, because they're putting Chelsea under quite a bit of pressure here. They need to get one. Let's see if they can.
Pallister climbing high again. Oh, and somehow Wallace got there, and the smallest man in the penalty area got the header that counted. And it's raining goals at Old Trafford now. 3 goals in the space of 8 minutes, and little Danny Wallace getting Manchester United back into the picture after the mighty figure of Pallister had caused the danger. What a good header, though, by Wallace. Great ball, though, from Ince to Wallace. And Hughes wants it played first time into the box. And Hughes gets the ball he wanted and equalises for Manchester United. Brilliant cross by Wallace.
There seemed an awful lot of room for me, Alan, down that left side of Chelsea's defence. Danny Wallace had all the time in the world to control it, have a look. And we'll see, could Dave Besson have got it? Just eluded him.
20 points from 13 games, but under pressure here from young Stewart. Wilson, back it goes to Stewart. He ran into Webb, and the referee has given a penalty. Webb can't believe it, and I'm not certain either. But anyway, the referee, Mr. Ashworth, was certain, and young Graham Stewart has earned Chelsea a lifeline with this penalty. Well, was he going across his path? Was that a deliberate foul by Webb? And Chelsea are in front again. You can see the beads of perspiration even on a cold day on Bobby Campbell's face.
3 points dropped against Chelsea United, slipping into 7th place. The following Tuesday, Arsenal away in the Rumbelows League Cup.
Tremendous amount at stake for both these clubs, particularly for Manchester United. Their chances of a league championship slipping away. Blackmore's shot hits with great venom. Terrific shot. Oh, now for Hughes, another one. But it's still with Manchester United and Lee Sharp under the right foot. It's another one. 3-0. Hughes finding Irwin. The cross is a good one. And it's a splendid goal there by Lee Sharp again. There's a lovely chance now for Sharp on a hat-trick. And he's got it. 5 for United. Wallace waiting in the middle. McClare's in there too. And it's another one. Wallace. It's 6.
Arsenal's worst home defeat since the war, and United's hat-trick hero Lee Sharp was named the Barclays Young Eagle of the Month for November, having only returned to the first team in mid-October. Sharp and United next went to Goodison Park.
That's Webb. Oh, how disappointing for him if he'd put Danny Wallace through straight away. And here comes Newell. Seeley's in difficulties, and a goal for Cottee. No. They called it a foul on the goalkeeper. And when you're down at the bottom, your luck is out. Mike Newell challenged for the ball in my mind. And I think that's a sympathetic decision towards Les Seeley. Newell going clearly for the ball. And Seeley didn't get to it. Cottee, that's how he's earned his reputation, by snapping up chances like that. Hughes has got it down, he's turned, and this is Lee Sharp. He's done it again for Manchester United. And the dance of delight is well practiced this week. A hat-trick at Highbury and a goal now at Goodison Park against the run of play, it must be said. Mark Hughes, the architect. And Sharp kept the shot low. They were desperately trying to prevent Hughes, and Sharp threaded it in despite Addervale coming back and trying to guard that post. United expected Brian Robson back after injury for the visit of Leeds, but it's his deputy in the number 7 shirt, Lee Sharp, who's having a great spell at the moment. Sharp's cross falls nicely for Neil Webb. Big deflection of McAllister, but Webb will claim the goal. Not much time, though, for the United fans to celebrate. Leeds strike back 5 minutes later. Mel Sterland from 25 yards. 1-1. Then the side Old Trafford had waited for. Brian Robson's return to league football after an absence of 7 months, and Robson soon involved with a typical piece of opportunism. Brian Robson's back, And that's great news for England and Manchester United. Well, Brian Robson played all 90 minutes in the England B match against Algeria. He began on the bench against Coventry. In contrast, Neil Webb failed to finish the Algeria game. Webb, only the 12th player ever to be sent off in an England shirt. He was back on the pitch, though, to face the Sky Blues. And Webb played his part in putting United ahead with a lovely through ball for Mark Hughes with only 5 minutes gone, and a smart piece of finishing from the Welsh international. Coventry haven't won a league match under new manager Terry Butcher. Their last win against Sheffield United 7 games ago, and look to be heading for another defeat until Drinkle and Ginn open the way for Kevin Gallagher late in the first half. Well, Coventry are living rather dangerously at the moment. They've only won 3 league matches all season. It's 3 months since they scored twice in the First Division. But they manage a sustained spell of pressure just short of the hour. And there's a fine piece of work by David Smith. Such a good player down the left flank for the Sky Blues. His cross is deflected, and Cyril Regis in the right place at the right time. But Brian Robson, Captain Marvel, on his way to the rescue. Joins the fray 20 minutes from time and puts his ball-winning skills to immediate use. There's Robson in there. And the end product of this move is an equaliser for United. Again, Neil Webb very much involved, and Danny Wallace, who's having such a good season, touches it home. 2-2 at Highfield Road. Wimbledon, with 4 wins and a draw from the last 5 games, are really enjoying a purple patch, and no one more so than John Fashanu. Fashanu gets his name on the score sheet, 21 minutes gone. It stayed that way till the 69th minute, and it's Brian Robson who makes the breakthrough. Robson in the United starting lineup for the first time since the FA Cup final replay. He's brought down by Fashanu. A definite penalty. And it's left to Steve Bruce to squeeze the ball past Seegers in the Wimbledon goal. United have never won at Plough Lane. Mark Hughes looking to change that. 10 minutes to go now. Super turn and a quality finish from the Welsh international. And United make sure of the result when Hughes takes a pass from Robson. He's been upended there by the Wimbledon skipper Keith Curle. Curle gets the red card for that. Just 2 minutes to go, and Bruce beats Seegers from the spot for the second time in half an hour.
Alex Ferguson claims that United are at last becoming the team he's been looking for, and against Norwich it was the striking partnership of Brian McClair and Mark Hughes which did the damage. And Brian Robson's returning to fitness and form. He played a part in the second goal, McClair providing the finish. And the Scot was on target again in the final minute. Neil Webb split the Norwich defence with a clever through ball, and McClair did the rest. 3-0, and United putting an end to a string of 5 successive defeats by Norwich.
And Owen coming up on the right, he's got it in front of Ormond Royd, a penalty. A long leg of Ian Ormond Royd stretched out, and it brought Owen down. The responsibility really on the right back to get forward, and he took on that responsibility, and his reward is another penalty for Manchester United. They've been getting them regularly recently. Ormond Royd tackling from behind. Steve Bruce has taken on the penalty role this year. He has a 100% record. And he still has. So, 20 minutes to go to half-time. So far it's going according to the script for Manchester United. Ince through the centre, and he's holding off Platt. And Paul Ince has hit the post. Lee Sharp follows up. Great blocking by Mountfield. And Ince curses. He's still awaiting his first league goal in Manchester United red. He's approaching 50 First Division games for them. And he did very well here to make the run in the first place and then had the strength to withstand Platt's challenge and get his shot in. The goalkeeper beaten, but not the post. In came Sharp. And Mountfield in the way. Still uproar around this famous stadium at the near miss by Paulitz. Hughes, here's Robson, nothing to the right, offside. McClair, oh, he put it in brilliantly. Oh, he doesn't show any emotion, Brian McClair. Great. Ormondroyd to his left. Cascarino with the reinforcements arriving in the centre. Ormondroyd goes on. Oh, and it's an own goal, Gary Pallister. And Aston Villa, the team that can't score, have had one presented to them by Gary Pallister. Ormondroyd, who conceded the penalty, certainly put United in a difficult position here by having a go at Irwin, and he got past him. It was an awkward cross to defend against. And Sharp has lost two of them with the turn. McClair on the left this time. Unmarked for a deep cross is Neil Webb. Here he is. Great ball from McClair. And it's stayed out off the bar. And McClair set it up with great vision and execution in the pass as well. Webb shot pushed onto the bar by Nigel Spink. Phelan, Pallister, and a lot of attacking. Hughes, oh, and it was a great shot, and the save was even better. Well, if Manchester United don't win this game, they will pay credit, I'm sure, to Spink. Look at that. Marvellous stop from Hughes. Good jump by Howells.
What a good header. And here's Stewart. Lineker's waiting in the middle for him. And did he cross the line?
Well, I have to say, I thought
he did.
I thought it was in.
But it was touch and go, and the linesman was standing right by the corner flag, and the referee has pointed to the corner. Stewart making the break, and it just clipped off to the goalkeeper, and they say it didn't cross the line. Paul Allen now trying to rattle one in there.
He's given a penalty.
And he's given a penalty. Well, it must have been a foul on Allen.
I think it was for a handball. He's given it. Yeah, he's indicating it was a handball. And I mean, the player only fell on top of the ball. It was a scramble.
Well, Spurs may have felt that they should have scored a moment before. Let's look at this. It's certainly hard to see there. And yes, the United player on the ground, presumably, Neil Webb. At any rate, it's Lineker. 11 goals this season, but only one from the penalty spot. And he missed against Chelsea from the spot, remember, a few weeks back. Lineker. 1-0 to Tottenham. It looked a harsh penalty decision, but Lineker certainly made the most of the opportunity. Ice cool nerve. 1-0. Here was getting in. No, offside. Great strike by Hughes. He's venomous with those volleys.
But again, the Pallister header. And this is where I think United will score goals tonight. If you can find Pallister in the end. He was offside, Hughes, just shaded offside, but what a lovely finish.
Naeem getting in quickly, but United keep possession. Webb spraying the long ball forward now, sensing possibly that Sharp might have the measure of Mitchell Thomas.
I think he has got the measure of him, Brian. He's very pacey, Sharp.
Blackmore playing it in. Hughes, was he pushed down? It's going to be a penalty by Vanden Hauwe. That looked a clearer penalty than the one at the other end. And it gives United now the chance of coming back to 1-1. 3 penalties in the last 2 games. Steve Bruce now with a chance of making it 1-1 and succeeds in doing so.
Yeah, he went goalkeeper's left again. But they thoroughly deserve to be on level terms, United. They've hit the woodwork twice. They've played some very good football. And I think it justifies that being 1-1. A well-taken penalty.
Oh, good play by Paul Stewart. Gascoigne away on the right. Played in quickly by him towards Lineker. And Spurs claiming there was a foul on Lineker as that ball went screeching across that 6-yard area. But the referee wanting none of it. And in fact, I think Gascoigne may have protested a little too loudly. There we are again. They claim there was a foul on Lineker. Didn't look it to me. And Gascoigne for dissent. We'll get a red card. He must have said something to the referee there that required an instant red card. Paul Gascoigne sent off.
Well, that is amazing, really. Obviously, as you say, he must have said something, called the referee something that he thought, well, I'm not having you on the field saying things like that. So it must be.
Martin. Webb. Can he open the door? Bruce. Already scored from the penalty spot. Not there towards Hughes. Might come from Leclerc. United have snatched it. With 5 seconds into injury time gone, Leclerc gets a smacker from Paul Ince as the ball fell so invitingly for him. Hughes battling away, and suddenly there it is for Leclerc, and really Torsfield had no chance at all with that. And United now just have to keep their cool for a few more seconds to pick up 3 excellent points here in this First Division game at White Hart Lane.
So a great improvement in league form and position. 4 wins and 3 draws in a 7-game run, lifting United to 5th in the table. And that unbeaten run led to Alex Ferguson being named Barclays Manager of the Month for December. A good month all round, with the return to action of captain Brian Robson. With Clayton Blackmore such a success at left-back, defender Colin Gibson was allowed to leave for Leicester City in a £120,000 move in late December. Then in January, Viv Anderson was granted a free transfer to Sheffield Wednesday after 3.5 seasons with the club, the departure of a real character. The opening game in the FA Cup saw United lose their way a little after Danny Maddox's equaliser for Queen's Park Rangers before Brian McClare sent them through. Back to the league in a visit from Sunderland.
Manchester United firing on all cylinders from the start. Webb's corner, Pallister's flick, Mark Hughes with the overhead kick. That's one after only 8 minutes. United really taking Sunderland apart, go 2 up after a quarter of an hour. Lee Sharp, still only 19 years old, too fast, too clever for the visitors all afternoon. Brian McClare, the scorer. United wrap it all up before the interval. Welsh international Hughes involved at the beginning and at the end of this move. This season, United have proved that on their day, they're a match for anyone, and this is very much their day. Hughes covers half the pitch to pop up and collect his 13th goal of the season in all competitions. Alex Ferguson's side have now lost just once in their last 18 games. Queen's Park Rangers had lost their last 3 games, so must have been grateful to striker Mark Falco when he volleyed them ahead against Manchester United. A lot of responsibility on Falco's shoulders, with top scorer Roy Wegerle out for 6 weeks. Into the second half, and Rangers check-keeper Jan Stejskal pulled off one of the saves of the season when he dived to his left to turn Mark Hughes' spectacular volley round the post. But it's in defence that Rangers have had their most serious problems. And 7 minutes from the end, they subsided once again when Stejskal went from hero to villain as he palms the ball to the feet of Mike Phelan, who coolly collects his first goal of the season. 1-1, but Rangers still in trouble at the foot of the table.
So 4 more points acquired from the last 2 games. United 5th, 12 points behind new league leaders. Arsenal, the first change in leadership for over 12 months. The 5th round of the Rumbelows League Cup saw United fortunate to get a draw at the Dell before a superb Mark Hughes hat-trick sank the Saints. Southampton had Jimmy Case harshly sent off. United unbeaten now in 19 cup ties. The FA Cup next, and Bolton caused plenty of problems before Hughes' 17th goal of the season put United through to the 5th round. Back to the league and the usual intensity of a Liverpool visit to Old Trafford.
But Liverpool still making this early running here as Staunton plays it in again towards Whelan and Hussein, and again United get it away. McMahon, oh my goodness, off the top of the United crossbar. Well, that was a terrific shot by Steve McMahon, who made all the difference in the latter stages of that game against Brighton in the Cup. There it is, catches it Mark Hughes style on the volley and just nicks off the top of the crossbar. And plenty of grey shirts in the back, particularly looking for Bruce and for Pallister. That looked like a handball by Hussein. Penalty given. Well, Hussein, I can't understand that. And the Liverpool players look totally nonplussed. Kenny Dalglish can't believe it either. That was amazing.
Well, sometimes when you jump like that and you miss the ball, your arm automatically flicks up. And that's what I think might have happened. I don't think he's actually gone to hit that, but the way he's jumped and the way he's started to fall, his arm sort of hurled up and hit it, although it looked blatant. And he had no choice but to give a penalty.
Steve Bruce, 10 goals this season, 7 of them from the penalty.